This video is on how to do a back stitch. Right here, this is a back stitch. It's like a running stitch, but then I just go backwards over it. What it lets me do is it lets me do lines. This is really nice when you want your drawing and your sewing to look exactly the same. It's really good for lettering especially, or when you've done a running stitch but it's hard to see what it's a picture of, if you want to actually make it a little clearer. Alright, this is my sewing so far. On the back side, you'll see a couple different lines. First, I made a mistake actually on the back side here. This blue, I was going to put another heart next to it, but I added some other stuff and I kind of like it the way it is. I was going to add a decorative back stitch line up here. Okay, so if you ever make a mistake on your drawing, just switch colors. I switched to red so I could see what I was doing better. I'm going to start at the end of the line and put my needle through on the back as always. And this time I'm just going to look at the back side as I work. Up, pull, down, pull. Keeping my stitches pretty small, medium-sized are okay. Okay, the more curves you have in an artwork or in your drawing, the more important it is that you're doing tiny little stitches. Since my lines are a little bit straight, as I'm doing this running stitch, I can make them a medium size. I'm not going too big though. So the first thing I have to do is I need to finish back stitching the entire line. So I am back stitching, but right now it's just going to look like a running stitch to you. Okay, since it's a video, I'm just going to go halfway across. Let's pretend I finished the whole line. Now I'm going to turn over my work and I'm going to look and see where the little gaps are, and I'm going to start by putting my needle in right next to the last stitch I made, and by pulling a stitch there, it's going to fill in the gap. Now I'm going to make sure my needle on the next stitch is going to come up right through that stitch, and then I'll go over and hop to the next stitch. So now I'm looking at the front of my work, not the back anymore, and I'm just trying to fill in those gaps. And now you can see it's starting to look like a whole line. Make sure I'm looking really carefully though and putting it right in that hole where I left off. And this will be my last one because it's my last gap. I'll show you what it looks like and we'll knot it. Alright, so right there, that's looking pretty good. Maybe I'll do the other side in the same color in a little bit. I'm going to find a stitch that's right next to it on the back. Oh, it's getting a little messy, but that's okay because no one will see this side. I make a loop, go through the loop, and pull. And cut. And there's your back stitch.